It was 9.23/2017, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Dressed in monochromatic black, a gray and tired-looking Matt Lauer was overheard telling a co-worker, "This is going to be my last parade." The noose was tightening around the neck of the Today Show host. Just 6 days later, America's favorite dad was unceremoniously ditched by NBC following a detailed complaint from a colleague about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace. He lied about previous liaisons, repeatedly telling top bosses he had nothing to confess or feel ashamed about. Then Lauer admitted only that he'd had 3 consensual affairs during his 25 years at Today. Even now, he struggles to accept that his fall was so swift. He goes between sadness and acceptance of his fate to disbelief how it all happened so quickly and how the situation was so out of his control, says a source close to him. According to the NBC source who eavesdropped on Lauer's ominous Thanksgiving parade prediction, he was already being investigated by Variety magazine, but at that point, nobody knew what they had got on him. The Times was calling around, saying they were doing a piece on the culture of the Today Show, and the Enquirer was asking about settlements paid to female staff members who had affairs with Matt. During that period, NBC President Noah Oppenheimer and Chairman Andy Lauer's close friend, and others approached him several times, asking, "Is there anything we should know or be worried about?" Lauer responded each time, "I am racking my brains, but I can't think of anything." In particular, the rumors focused on a suspected dalliance with Today contributor Giada De Laurentiis, with whom the anchor was spotted on a beach in Barbados in 2011. Both Lauer and De Laurentiis denied an affair. But, according to the NBC source, genuinely, nobody at NBC News had any idea at this stage that he was preying on younger staffers at Today. That all changed after Lauer's first accuser, still employed at NBC, came forward the weekend after Thanksgiving. A meeting with her lawyers was hastily arranged with Human Resources for 6 p.m. on Monday, November. She was a very junior staff member at the time, so there was a clear issue of balance of power. See also: the Today Show was a total boys club. During Lauer's tenure, the show was a total boys club, even despite it. The source says the woman provided irrefutable evidence, speculated to be a naked photograph of Lauer. And the accuser also claimed that she wasn't the only woman he'd done this to. The complaint triggered a rapid chain of events, not least because the accuser was represented by renowned civil rights and employment lawyer Ari Wilkenfeld. She had a high-powered attorney from Washington, D.C., and so everyone knew, if NBC didn't take swift action, they would have arranged for a sit-down interview with a competitor, a second source tells the Post. Tellingly, in a 9.29 statement, Wilkenfeld noted, "Our impression at this point is that NBC acted quickly, as all companies should, when confronted with credible allegations of sexual misconduct in the workplace." If Lauer had an inkling of the thunderbolt that was about to strike, he didn't show it during his Tuesday, November 28, appearance on Today, the morning of his firing. He was acting his usual cocky, confident self, says the first insider. He had no idea that this would turn out to be his last day on the show. See also NBC isn't protecting Matt Lauer accuser, says attorney she doesn't want to be known. She feels terrified for. Indeed, the anchor was in stitches on screen, recalling the previous year's holiday tree lighting at Rockefeller Center, which had been a washout. By that afternoon, however, Lauer, who earned $20 million per year, had lawyered up. He claimed he'd had 3 consensual affairs in the 25 years at Today. A third source tells the Post they were all much more than a quick FK. He accepted that it didn't look good. Both sources revealed that no decision was made about Lauer's future at the meeting. Instead, he was fired in person that night at his weekday Manhattan apartment in Lenox Hill, where swindler Bernie Madoff used to live. The messenger, Lauer's one-time pal, laughed. The atmosphere was very cold, says the third source, who is an acquaintance of Lauer's. Matt, I was told, remained quiet, the NBC insider added. News of Lauer's dismissal was relayed to Cotman Guthrie at Forbes. The shock announcement led at least 2 other women to immediately come forward to NBC with claims similar to those of the initial accuser. She alleged she lost consciousness and woke up on the floor. She said she didn't report the encounter at the time because she felt ashamed and feared losing her job, says the second insider. NBC News declined to comment for this story. Representatives for Lauer did not respond to the Post's requests for comment, but previously issued a statement in which he expressed his sorrow and regret for the pain I have caused others by words and actions. According to another NBC insider, Lauer was referring to the passed-out woman's claims when he spoke about untruths. Matt didn't deny that because he didn't want to walk through all the allegations, the insider said. He just felt there was no point in saying anything apart from what he said in his statement. But a Today Show staffer, who requested anonymity for fear of being fired, went even further in defending Lauer, blaming the climate of the Me Too movement. What happened with Matt's immediate firing was an unprecedented set of circumstances, the staffer said. Remember, NBC News spent over a month investigating Brian Williams' untruths, so why, with Lauer, did they have no other choice but to fire him immediately, with no hearing or investigation? NBC News didn't investigate at all. After Matt's 25 years with Today, they simply screamed, "Off with his head." Consequently, facing defeat, Lauer retreated to the $36.5 million Hamptons compound he shared with Roque and their 3 kids. That was until his wife kicked him out for good, as revealed by Page 6 this week. Lauer has moved into a nearby place, so he is on hand for their children, with him and Roque remaining cold but cordial, sources on Long Island say. All this time unemployed has given Lauer a period to reflect. According to the Third Insider, the veteran newsman is especially sad that Black has not spoken to him since the dramatic firing some 2 months ago.